The story of Diablo 4, A Lord of Hatred, is easily one of the most nonsensical and dumbest stories ever told. Blizzard needs to be banned from ever telling a story ever again, so I save at least 5 of my remaining 4 brain cells. This is not a joke. This story is, at best, completely boring. At worst, it's as nonsensical as Vessel of Hatred was. Honestly, looking back, the baseline story of Diablo 4 looks like an absolute gem compared to what we're getting in these expansions. And I am not kidding you, boys. We are gonna go over all of the story elements, what happened, and how nonsensical all of this is. I have so much written down here, boys, so get yourselves a drink, get comfy. We have so much to discuss here, it's absolutely insane. So, first of all, I would like to say that the craziest thing about the Diablo 4 new expansion story is the fact that it doesn't feel like a Diablo story. It honestly feels like something that Blizzard's World of Warcraft division has made. It has all the same nonsensical story beats where things just happen and there's no explanations for any of it. That's the whole summary of it, kinda. It doesn't even feel like a Diablo 4 story. Vessel of Hatred, for all its faults and how absolutely redundant most of the story was, at least it felt like a Diablo story. This does not feel or make any sense in the slightest. So, let's begin from the beginning. You get a Blizzard animation, which is cool. Blizzard always nails the animations. You can't say anything bad about them. Mephisto, the big boss man, initially kind of has an interaction with Nyrell. You know, the amputee girl that stole the Soul Stone for no reason and then made everything worse for no reason, who is now, by the way, claimed as a hero because women good. I'm pretty sure, honestly, that's just the explanation. Yes, the start is that good. Anyway, there's an animation which there's a lot of things that I think that they are trying to vaguely hint throughout all of the campaign and animations. For example, the Mephisto's encounters with Nyrell are oddly close to what Baal did with Tal Rasha while he was imprisoned in the Soul Stone in, Diablo 2 Act 2 when you saw him. It's oddly all looking like just a rehash of those already told stories. So that's first of all. Anyway, the animation ends, and from that animation we learn that Nyrell has found secret Horadric knowledge that no one else kind of has found, even though they were right there in the open for anyone to find and get. Interesting, strange how that always happens. But in any case, she sacrifices herself heroically, and thank God Nyrell is dead, and no, she's not coming back. The stupid, annoying, pan-wearing, no-one-cares character is not coming back. But she's gonna be mentioned, boys, and my God, the way that she is mentioned is insane. Because she is our best friend, yes. The guy, the guys who previously sacrificed themselves to defeat Mephisto and whatnot, and Lilith, no one cares. But Nyrell, man, a tear rolls down our cheeks as we remember Nyrell, our best friend that we literally met for like 5 fucking minutes. So that's the first thing that gets established in the story, that Nyrell is our best friend, obviously, and she's the bestest, and she's very brave and very heroic. But other than that, in the animation we learn that she has found a way to defeat Mephisto, and, all of the typical stuff. And then when the animation ends, we in the game get to go and find her body and re-experience the information that was literally given to us in the cinematic 30 fucking seconds ago. And this is the first roughly 10 minutes of the game. We get given information in a cinematic or something, and then we need to go into the game and find this information that we already know because we saw it in the cinematic. This is the introduction of the game. You literally just relearn things that you already know from the cinematic. You just get sent on a couple of fetch quests to learn things you already know. So needless to say, it's really bad, and the game is all about a friendship, and it's very dull in general. Anyway, you literally instantaneously go to the Amazon hometown of this place right here. It's called Skobos. You get to the Amazon place, everyone is acting like an idiot, and by the way, the reason you go to the Amazon place is because Mephisto obviously now has a vessel, and he's, in the short time between his resurrection and everything, he literally is controlling the whole world because he's magically somehow now a saint. What has he done to become a saint? Don't know. Why do people call him a saint? Don't know. Has he done anything? No, not that I am aware of. But people treat him like a saint and pretty much a god, which is very strange considering literally gods do exist in this universe and everyone is very well aware of it. So why the hell would people be losing their minds over a guy who literally can do the same stuff most other people in this universe can do? No idea, but everyone's losing their shit over it. So, Mephisto's whole character in this expansion is just a Mary Sue. He has not earned any of the things that people claim about him, and nothing makes sense. The way that, by the way, Mephisto acts is not even Mephisto, and this is gonna be a repeating theme. Lilith doesn't act like Lilith. No one acts like they're supposed to act. It's like, on a dime, everyone's personalities just switch. Oh, also, you get to the Amazon place, you find what's happening, you need to find a queen. By the way, all the Amazons look like ugly men. They don't have breasts and whatnot. It's great, boys. Trust me, you're gonna love this. Anyway, we meet Nyrell, who just magically appears after our friend the Horadric attempts to kill the Amazon Queen because Mephisto messes with his mind. And by the way, the story is so stupid. I have been keeping a couple of things from you for now, and that is the fact that we never address Mephisto as Mephisto. The story is so poorly written that it doesn't even entertain the idea that we would ever call out Akarat, his vessel, as Mephisto. We're just like, Akarat is actually evil, you see? Why are we not calling him Mephisto? Why are we not calling him as a demon? It's never addressed. They don't go over it that, oh, the people would never believe that if we call him Mephisto, Mephisto's gone. They don't know who that guy is. Like it's not addressed. It's never addressed. We're just like constantly. By the way, it's the real Mephisto right in front of us. It's the big baddie. He's right there in front of us, and we don't do anything. We don't attack him. We don't call him out. He's just like, you are actually the evil one, and we're like, oh no, and he's like, no, you are the evil one, and we're like, oh my god, I don't know what to do now. His argumentation is so convincing and shit. That's pretty much what exactly happens, by the way. Blizzard has this crazy thing currently that they're trying to write these mega gigabrain manipulative smart characters, but everyone at Blizzard is a fucking idiot, and so they can't write anything like that, so they constantly fail. Mephisto is supposed to be the smart manipulator, and he fails at all of it. He's just Uno reversing you constantly and saying, no, you're actually the evil one. All of these people that I lied to, oh, they actually did all of this because they wanted to of their free will. I'm surprised he didn't go on a communist rant at some point, honestly, here. But anyway, because of Mephisto's trickery, your friend slits the throat of the Amazon Queen, and everyone just stands there and is like, oh wow, blah 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 blah. No, nothing happens. The Queen of the Amazons literally dead on the floor, and nothing happens. No one says anything. And Mephisto's like, I will resurrect her, and he does. And then, instead of arresting us, or trying to kill us dead. He's like, banish them so hate doesn't spread, even though his main point is to spread hate and shit. Like, he's not gonna let us be killed or anything. He's gonna banish us for no apparent reason. And the queen is like, yas, Mephisto, yas, slay queen, we're gonna do it like you say. And again, I'm explaining this in a very precarious way, but the reality is this is the story and there's nothing that can be done about it. There's no other way to explain it. It just doesn't make sense, and it's just kind of things happen and none of these things are convincing and none of these things make sense. Anyway, after all of this happens and we get exiled, we find Tyrael because the friendship is magic plot needs to continue. And yes, friendship is magic. We find Tyrael and everyone hugs. No, seriously, everyone actually hugs in the game. Everyone hugs because hugging is now the thing that everyone does in Diablo because reasons. You know, Norad the Horadric that I said previously, that's our companion. Yeah. There's no more sacrifice. There is no more trying to fight for the greater good, like in the original Diablo 4 base games campaign. There is none of that. There is no making hard decisions because you need to survive. No. There's now just friendship as magic. And oh look, and the situation is like, yeah, I mean, Mephisto kind of fucked us. We knew that he's gonna ruin us. We had no reason to honestly accept his help to defeat Lilith because he didn't offer any. But we helped him anyway because we're the good guys. And now Mephisto is the bad guy, and guess whose help we need? That's right, Mommy Lilith's coming back, boys. Mommy Lilith is coming back. After we find Tyrael and make friendship as magic and cry about each other, and Tyrael sheds a tear because he also really cared about Nyrell and now she's dead. And we once again talk about how amazing, strong, wonderful, and powerful and smart she was. We get a move on to the observatory. The place where the Amazon Queen's right-hand person was, the Oracle, a female, once again, because every character of noteworthy is a female, obviously. This is Blizzard we're talking about. If you did not catch up to this, I don't know what you're doing. But yes, every single person of interest in this game is a female, and the bad ones are all male, baby. That's right, very progressive. In any case, we go to the Oracle that sees the future and knows Mephisto is the bad one. And if Mephisto's dead, why wasn't the Oracle next to the Amazon Queen and told her, hey, yeah, that's a bad guy, that Akarat is actually like Mephisto? I mean, we didn't tell her that, and the Oracle also didn't tell her that, and now the Queen is just kind of helping Mephisto because reasons, obviously. So that's currently happening, and the Oracle is like, you know what can save us? A strong woman. Let's get Lilith back, chum. And I'm like, hell yeah, Mommy Lilith, let's go! And obviously, she's in us now, because obviously reasons. That's gonna make sense later. Anyway, we go inside of us, and we find Lilith, and she tells us about this magical blade that can actually, potentially kill Mephisto. The blade doesn't do dick shit, by the way. But it's the weapon that can defeat Mephisto, because Nyrell found it, and, you know, reasons, obviously, once again. There's a lot of reasons, there's a lot of things that we kind of do, but it doesn't actually make sense, like the blade. The blade doesn't really play any part. You just stab Mephisto once with it, but it doesn't seem like he even cares. The reality is that stupid. Anyway, at this point, you now need to help a group of Amazons that are still on your side, even though you killed the Queen, and they're like super chill for some reason with that, even though they don't know the Queen is bad. But they're super chill with working with you and the guy who literally slit the throat of their Queen. Don't ask why. I mean, it's just the best we can do at this point, honestly. Don't even ask why. Anyway, You need to help the Amazons protect the Oracle, and now you need to help the Amazons defend the siege towers near the observatory where the Oracle is. Siege towers that are siege towers in a swamp! Yes! One of the main mission objectives in this game is help the Amazons defend the siege towers that are in a swamp. Why are they in a swamp? They're literally in what? Why? Which women wrote this? Well, what did this person think a siege tower fucking was? In any case, you defend the siege towers. You meet Mephisto again because you're constantly in this expansion splitting up. You, Loret, and Tyrael all constantly split up, and now you're like, I'm gonna go listen to what Mephisto says, and you again literally just goes up straight to the primeval Mephisto. You know, the big cheese, the big dad of the franchise, one of the big dads of the franchise. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna confront him, and this is not gonna end poorly. And nothing happens. Nothing happens. He just speaks a little bit about, oh, Lilith's in you, and now you need to get the blade, and it's a fucking mess. In this meantime, by the way, you have already spoken to Lilith inside of you because you have awakened her, and she's not acting like Lilith. She's like, I should kill you right now, but I won't. And then she's like, I actually love you, but yeah, and it's Lilith's character makes no sense. No sense at all. Like there is no understanding of what the hell is going on with her. She's kind of helping you. Why is she helping you? I don't know. And at the end she's gonna sacrifice herself for you, obviously, because she's don't worry, she's probably not dead. But I mean, it's a wild ride. Anyway, you speak with Mephisto. Mephisto gives you the typical spiel of, oh, I am so smart and so capable. Look at how I am controlling everyone, and they're doing it willfully and things. It's supposed to be all extremely deep, but again, it's really shallow because Blizzard has no idea how to write smart characters because all of them are idiots. They want him to be like the master puppeteer, but I mean, he's just the masterpiece of slop, honestly. Then because Lilith is in you, the people of by the way, okay, I've worded this one poorly, but now one of the big things. You are in Skobos, the place that literally was made by Lilith and Inarius. And I really think the people writing making this story don't even know what story they're making, because they're like, okay, when you meet Mephisto now, Mephisto also convinces everyone that the things that are currently going wrong, and that would be an eclipse, by the way. There is never an explanation why this eclipse matters, or how is it evil, or what the fuck is happening. But the implication is everything in the world is going to shit. How? Don't know. Why? Don't know. Seems like a normal Friday to me, honestly. But the world's going bad and everyone's freaking out, and the eclipse has something to do with it. And people want someone to blame. So Mephisto is like, guys, that guy right here. You, the player character. That guy right here. You see him? You see him? He's actually the evil one. What if all of this is happening because of him? Boom! Giga Brain Master Manipulator moment, right? And everyone's like, yeah, you're actually right. And he's like, oh, what if he has a demon inside him like Lilith, you know? She's hatred. And it's like, bring in Mephisto! Can we please just call him out for at least being Mephisto? Because he never gets called out for being Mephisto. He's constantly accurate. Every time you meet him, you're like, accurate. It's like, it's so stupid. Like, they're not even trying to pretend that he's Mephisto. It's like the idea that he's Mephisto is completely lost on everyone. It's accurate. But anyway, and the people are like, oh my god, Lilith is evil, right? Lilith is evil, it's her fault. Bro, you live on the island that is literally dedicated to you. There's literally 2 giant fucking statues in front of the harbor to celebrate how much you love Lilith. There's also slight hints and sprinkles of evil is not evil and good is not good. It's the typical Blizzard slob, by the way, if you did not know, that everything is just a shade of gray and morality is also a shade of gray. That's happening a lot there, by the way. So, evil, and everyone wants to kill you because you're Lilith's vessel. Proof of that? No, it doesn't exist. It's just Mephisto saying it at random and everyone believes him. But again, the preposterous thing is Lilith is supposed to be pretty much like kind of their deity because everything here is kind of built around the fact that she exists. Anyway, they all go to the Oracle because they are all stupid. The Queen is there talking to them, to the Oracle. The Queen believes Mephisto because there's the eclipse is happening and the eclipse is somehow destroying the world. Even though, again, why is Mephisto hailed as a saint? Don't know. Why is the eclipse evil? Don't know. How is any of this the ending of the world? Don't know. Don't ask. Just accept it, Chud. The Queen calls you out for having Lilith because that's bad. Again, Lilith is supposed to be like the good guy. Mephisto is not bad, though. They even speak of Akarat as Mephisto at this point because for some reason, at this point, someone recognizes that Akarat is Mephisto, and that's not a bad thing suddenly. No one cares. This is just completely brushed off. They just say Akarat is evil a little. That's pretty much all that happens there. And say Lilith is in you, and the proof for that. And by the way, no one has any proof that Lilith is in you. But now they are claiming that. But when they claim that Lilith is in you, the Queen claims that. The proof for that is because you went to a temple and found a dagger. Yes, this is actually the Blizzard developers trying to justify a part of their own plot. You know, to reaffirm it and make it make sense. And remember I said that we need to find a dagger, blah, 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 because it's Lilith's thing, and, Lilith's helping us find the dagger because it can kill Mephisto or some shit like that. Well, we need to find 2 or 3 pieces of the dagger. And the reason why we are bad and evil is because literally a scout reported to the Queen that they saw us go to a temple and find a dagger. And that's the proof that we are evil. And this is while the people are not really corrupted, but they're kind of getting pulled in slowly. That's kind of the point. They want to arrest you now because you are clearly evil, and Mephisto's not evil. But the Oracle says to the Queen that it was actually my idea. It's my fault all of this is happening. So, Queenie, if you want to arrest the player character, you have to arrest me. And the Queen's like, damn, I guess I'm not arresting anyone. And they go away. Yes, this is the plot. Again, if you're new here and you're thinking I'm over-exaggerating about anything here, no, this is pretty much a very accurate plot summary. It's missing a couple of small details, but you're probably thankful those small details are not there. Anyway, as they want to arrest you, but they can't because the Oracle just pulled the Uno reverse, and for some reason, because the Oracle would need to be arrested, they don't do it. Because they love the Oracle, even though they kind of completely ignore everything the Oracle says about Akarat being evil and whatnot, but that's fine. And then they just blame all of their problems on your existence anyway. You find the second blade piece and start crying about how we loved Nyrell. Again, friendship is magic. That's kind of the whole point of this expansion. Friendship is magic. Yes, by the way, you seriously, then after that you go and find the second dagger piece and you just start crying about how much you miss Nyrell. And the Horadric dude that we liked in the first game, that was a great character because he was strong, manly, dedicated, and doing his best. Now is just constantly crying, bitching, and moaning about how life is hard and how Nyrell was our best friend. We go to a vault because we need to get the Horadric Cube. Yes, it's finally time for the Horadric Cube. We get a little bit more lore about the Zachrum, which is like the most gigabrain slop shit that I have ever honestly heard in my life. You get implications that the Zachrum were literally just 4 guys. Zoltan Kul, Deckard Cain, Ratma. No, wait, was it Ratma? No, Ratma was not one of them. I don't remember the 4th guy's name, and Tal Rasha. You know, those 3 plus a 4th guy. And you kind of get this implication that they were the Horadrim, that only those 4 guys were the Horadrim established by Tyrael. And then after you actually get information that those were not the only Horadrim out there, like, it seems at this point when you're getting the lore dump about the Horadrim while you're getting the cube is honestly the most strange shit ever, because I don't even know if they know themselves what they were going for. At one point you get information that the Horadrim were only 4 dudes in Tyrael, and then you get information that the Horadrim were actually more than just that. I always presumed they were more than just like 4 dudes in Tyrael, but here you get that information. After, again, in the same fucking 5 minutes of gameplay, that information gets uncorroborated. Then they try to gray wash the Horadrim and by saying, oh, the Horadrim were actually not the good guys. They were just all there because they wanted something and was for themselves, and it was easier to get that something for themselves because it was easier to work together to do these things. They were just accidentally kind of doing with the things with the demons and taking out the demons and slowly doing. They were actually just the morally gray characters, and they did not do anything because it's good. They did it for themselves. You get a whole fucking speech dump like that, and right after that, not even 5 minutes later, you get a speech dump about how fucking selfless the Horadrim were and how they tried to do the best for humanity. Like, what the hell is going on there? And it's from the same character in the game, by the way. Oh, it is. it is pretty insane. And at this point, by the way, you after getting the cube, you now confront Mephisto because Mephisto is inside you because he's linked to Lilith and Lilith is linked to him, and because you're linked to Lilith now, Lilith is linked to you, and thus Mephisto is linked to you, and Mephisto is trying to kill you from inside, but you never really get to see properly. They just kind of tell you that that's happening. In any case. Now that the blade is finished and reconstructed using the Horadric Cube, because Diablo too good, you get in a situation where Mephisto is finally pushing to end you, because, I mean, he couldn't do it like 15 times before when he met you and blah blah blah, obviously. Anyway, now he's gonna kill you inside, and Lilith sacrifices her for you for some reason, because she really loves you and you're the child she always wanted, or some garbage like that, because Ratma's a fucking failure, I guess. I'm not even sure. In any case, this is what I was saying, that the story doesn't make sense because characters are not acting like they should. Like, Lilith just sacrifices herself for you, even though she kind of acts like she hates you all the time. I don't know. It's kind of like a nonsensical redemption story for some stupid reason. Okay. So, Lilith gets killed by you, severed from you, and that's it. She's kind of dead, even though it's treated as she's dead, even though we know that demons like her can't really be killed because they're gonna just reform in hell as time passes. And Lilith is, like, even the lesser demons do that. But we're treating this situation of you cutting out Lilith from you as, like, her permanently dying for some reason. Even though not too long ago in the lore they were talking about the fact that, you know, the demons reincarnate in something. Okay. We're approaching the end, and now my notes are getting completely scrambled because I'm losing my shit a little bit here. So, yeah, that's the thing. Anyway, after Lilith gets severed from us, we meet the Amazon Queen because we were out cold for a bit while fighting in ourselves, and for some fucking stupid reason, Lorat has decided, oh, this clearly magical thing that has something to do with Lilith. I'll go to the neighboring village to see what the homeless people have to say about this. Maybe they have a solution. And we try to find Lorat, and everyone knows at this point that he's dying, right? You understand that. He encounters the Amazon Queen. And by the way, the Amazon Queen and Lorat have a bond or something like that because he helped her save the thing. But Blizzard is so incompetent and incapable. It probably was supposed to be like a romantic relationship. It's kind of implied that, but it's never shown because Blizzard are probably afraid of these things. I mean, it's a heteronormative relationship. Well, technically the Amazon Queen does look like a guy, so maybe not that much heteronormative, but you get the point. Too straight for Blizzard. So, it's kind of implied that they had a relationship, but it never really pans out, and their relationship just seems like a mess, and you don't understand anything, thank God, because I would not want to know the story behind that. Anyway, you find the Amazon Queen, and she's with Lorat, and she has decapitated and killed him. Uwu Ava, I mean, literally no one expected this except everyone. Because, fucking obviously. Nothing is explained at that point, and the Amazon Queen just turns into an evil demon. That's literally fucking it. The Amazon Queen turns into an evil demon. We kill her. She constantly calls Lorat weak in that encounter, by the way, which is previously established by the fact that when he talks to her, she gets angry at one point. So she literally just takes Lorat by the neck and lifts him up with one arm, and at that point she's not even implied to be influenced by demons. She's just that powerful, obviously. Lamau. Oh yeah. Then we need to go to the Oracle once again after the Queen. Every Amazon is turning evil, and now the story is pretty much over. We need to go and kill Mephisto. We save the Oracle for literally no reason, and then we go to the Pools of Creation because that's a thing that's not really explained, so you're not missing much. Mephisto goes into the Pools of Creation. His grand idea, by the way, is to fuck over Lilith by killing all of humanity or something like that by using the Pools of Creation. He fails. He doesn't do it, even though we don't stop him. He puts himself in the Pools of Creation. It seemingly does nothing, as always, and no one knows what really happened. Like, his whole plan was to march his corrupted followers into the Pools of Creation, and it doesn't happen. We didn't stop him. He's in the pools. He himself gets into the pools. No one else does it with him. And then the boss fight happens, and you defeat Mephisto. And then you, with the help of Lilith's dagger that you previously stabbed him with, but it didn't do anything, you kind of put him into oblivion. Not the game Oblivion, that would be too nice, obviously. But you put him in the prison that Lilith previously was before she got released by whoever that guy was. And now Mephisto is vanquished for good, obviously. And then we go and destroy the Whispering Tree and burn it down because Lorat bargained his life for it, and that's evil. So we kill the tree, and that is actually the end of the expansion. When we burn down the tree and save Lorat's soul. Which doesn't make any fucking sense, but there we go. Yeah, and I think that's probably the setup for the next expansion, that we need to do tree-related activities because, again, just reasons. Just reasons. Anyway, again, a completely incoherent mess of a story, of a retelling, but the original story is not really... You can't. It's just... The original story is full of holes. Even if you retell it, what happened, it still would probably feel like there's big chunks missing because it's just that poorly written. In any case, that's it. That's the Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred story, and it's garbage. A gameplay thing is gonna also happen, and now, oh boy, I have a lot to say about that because the hell is this? Oh. I'm gonna play it a little bit more. I want to see, you know, a couple of things, and then there's gonna be a gameplay review. This was just the story one, so you know, boys, you know, it's gonna be great. It's absolutely, obviously, gonna be the best shit ever. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.